What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. It's another Tuesday, it's another video, and man, I got an awesome one for today. So if you guys remember, a couple months ago I installed a roof rack on the old Jeep Commander, and when I did that I said that we were going to be mounting a whole bunch of stuff to this. And since then I have mounted some KC additional driving lights, and I also installed last week this 23-0 awesome 180 awning. So as you guys know, we're not going to stop there. In today's video, we are installing this just incredible Rome Adventure cargo box. It's 83 liters. Check this thing out. Let me open these buckles up and get this mounting stuff out of the way so you guys can see what we're working with here. But this thing is watertight and totally awesome, low profile. And dude, check that out. Gas struts, huh? This is the creme de la creme when it comes to cargo boxes. Beautiful seals sunken in here around the whole ridge. This thing is awesome. So we are going to be putting this guy on the roof along with some of this hardware here. I'm going to kind of break all this down here in a minute, how we're going to make it work. We're also going to be putting on some recovery boards. Check these guys out. Got them off Amazon. Link down in the description for all this stuff. So let's go ahead and see how we're going to go ahead and mount this. So the way we're going to be mounting this is actually just kind of a generic way. I got some stainless steel hardware. I got some giant washers and even some neoprene washers to hopefully keep this thing as watertight as possible, because yeah, we're going to be drilling holes in the bottom of our brand new cargo box. But you know what? It's the simplest, and honestly I think it's the best way to mount this, because no one's going to be stealing this. They're not going to have access to it, right? It's going to be bolted down. They're not going to be able to grab it and go. And there are some other mounting options out there. Number one, they're kind of expensive. And number two, I just don't think they're all that secure. So we're going to the traditional bolt and washer mount. All right. As you guys can see, man, it fits up here perfectly. Let me get on the ground so you really get a good look at it. But yeah, check it out. Fits in my cargo basket. Man, absolutely perfect. Looks totally sick up there. Look at it. So the way that we're gonna be mounting the cargo box to the roof rack is by basically running them through these. These things I got off Amazon. They are just incredible review-wise. Check it out there, House of Tuning. Link down in the description. And you can get these in a bunch of different sizes. So if you have a different size roof rack, mine is 1 inch in diameter, which is what these are for. They come with these little rubber inserts too that you can stick in there to make it a little bit more firm and not damage the rack. But these are going to go around the bars, and then we're going to throw a bolt through the hole here. And it's just that simple. Things are going to be connected. So now that we have our box up on the roof, we have to figure out where we're going to mount these. Oh man, that took a while to do. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but you know, it's a lot of stopping and measuring and stopping and measuring. And here's what we got. Let me get up here safely so I don't fall. But anyway, brackets are mounted, 2 in the front and then 2 in the rear, 1 there, 1 there. The thing that made these difficult, these here, is that just kind of the way that my roof rack is set up. There's really very little room to get to that bottom Allen wrench or Allen key, but we made it happen. We made it happen. So, to give you guys an idea of what it's going to look like, slide this over and just show you a couple things. Now, you have to be careful when you're mounting your box. If you have a roof rack like mine, which has these ledges, you need to make sure that the clasps will clear. So, I mean, I'm just kind of... So anyway, here it just clears. In the middle, we just clear. And in the end, there's actually a little bit more room because of the way the rack is shaped here. But we clear. So now comes the scary part, the measure and drill. Never fun, but the good news is that once we do that, we're pretty much finished with installing this. So yeah, let me go ahead and get the tape measure out and make some measurements and hope I don't screw up. So those of you who are fans of this channel know that I would never measure something. That's just the dumbest thing you could possibly do. So what I did was I took one of these paint pens and I cut off a toothpick and I put the paint on the edge of the toothpick Then I went underneath the box to where the holes are, and I made my little dots. I got one there, I got one there, I got one there, and I got one there. See, so super easy now. I just got to grab the drill, make my holes, and we're home free. Oh man, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. It's actually gotten dark out. I'm going to show you guys this in the morning to give you a better understanding of how it all worked out. But it turned out great. I mean, everything I did worked, shockingly. Things on there, it's solid as a rock. It's in a good position. So anyway, I'm going to show you the rest of that tomorrow. Let me throw these up here, which I'll show you in the light tomorrow as well. But I want to go over why I chose these traction boards over all of the other traction boards that you can find on Amazon and everywhere else in the world. So these were $89, I think, shipped, again, from Amazon. Traction boards are traction boards. They're made out of plastic. They're to help get you out of a sticky situation if you get stuck in the sand or the mud, which is what we would find here in Florida. Basically, you put this underneath the tire, you drive over it, and it gets you out of the hole that you're currently in. What's awesome about these, and again, these are from Bunker Industries, a link down in the description. What's awesome about these is check out the low profile. Now, there are two of these stacked on each other, and this is just, that's an insane profile. It's like less than 4 inches. So now I'm a big fan of this YouTuber called Oxfoot, and he did a review on these like 6 months ago, and he really put them through the test. He's in Colorado. He did a whole bunch of tests on these just to see how strong they are, and they really held up to everything. So now these can be mounted to your car a bazillion different ways. You can make your own mounts for these. You can buy a mount to mount these on the side of your car or on the roof rack. But after reading a lot of reviews and kind of knowing how people use these things, I found that the easiest and simplest way is actually just to tie them down with a strap of some sort. You can use a typical ratchet strap, but in this case I went the little extra mile, and I got one of these roller cam buckles here. They got really, really good reviews. This is going to be out in the weather. It's going to be strapped to the roof at all times. And these things are strong, and they supposedly hold up really well. So I'm going to put them to the test. This one was like $15 shipped, so it's not an expensive piece. But the company really supports overlanding and stuff like that, so I thought I'd give them a shot. So rollercam.com. I'll put a link down in the description for this guy too. Enough talking. Let me get it on the roof, strap it down. What is going on, guys? It is the next morning, and as promised, I'm going to give you guys kind of final thoughts and show you the final install and let you know how everything went. As you guys can see, our washer and our neoprene washer are working well, and happy with the way that is installed on all 4 corners. It looks good. I have no doubt that this is going to stay nice and dry. Now, if you think it's going to leak, that's on you, because it's not going to, man. Trust me. I've seen a lot of guys on YouTube do an install similar to this, and it doesn't leak. Now, one thing I'll tell you that I kind of wish I made a change on were the actual length of the bolts. The ones I got were a little too short. Let me show you what I mean. So as you can see right here, the bottom of the nut is just flush with the bottom of the bolt, and I actually had to use a flat washer here in the front. In the rear, I was able to use the lock washers, and the nut is not even fully on the bolt. So that's something that I'm going to be changing out in the near future. Just grab a couple longer bolts, take those out, put new ones in. The one thing that I haven't mentioned this whole video that I probably should have is that this cargo box is lockable. You can actually lock it on each latch, and as you can see, I got a little weatherproof lock down there. But yeah, you can lock all 3 of these. There's really no reason to lock all 3 if you lock one, if you can't open it. So yeah, I think one lock is good enough, and yeah, it's not going to keep a really highly motivated thief out of this thing, but it will kind of keep people honest. So onto the other side of the rack, I got the traction boards tied down here with that strap, and these guys, they're not going anywhere. Strap did its job. This is a 6-foot strap. Probably should have said that earlier, but really liking this. I don't think it's going to cause any issues. It's certainly not going to go anywhere. I know some of you may be concerned maybe about theft, because you know this isn't all that secure on here. Anybody could grab this, but I honestly don't think there are too many people out there stealing traction boards, and if they are, well, maybe they need them more than I do. So not really worried about these going anywhere. Also, keep in mind, I don't really drive this and park it anywhere where it's like, you know, a high crime area or anything like that. So, so yeah, this thing is coming along. Now, you may be asking yourself, what am I going to put in that cargo box? Why did I get that thing? What's it good for? What do I plan on putting in there? And I mostly will plan on putting in lightweight objects, mostly for camping, things like hammocks or small chairs, sleeping bags, stuff like that. You never want to overload anything that you put on your roof. So really lightweight items will be going in there, and it's going to really free up space for inside of the truck. So that's it for this one, guys. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think of the Roam cargo box and the traction boards I installed. This thing is really coming together. It's starting to really look like an adventure truck, and I'm really excited about it. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Later.